Yes, sir. What it do, people? How we doing today out there? And yeah, I look a little funny today. My computer and StreamYard, my camera and StreamYard's not linking up today for whatever reason. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Just things are, but I had to go live. I had to go live. Things are happening. Things are happening in the football world. Things are happening. But yo, welcome back to Stateside Reds, sponsored by Red Devil Threads, reddevilthreads.com. Select Red Devil Threads. Type in Stateside Reds for 10% of your order for custom Man United gear, all kinds of stuff. You can do a subscription package where they'll just send you stuff every month, or you could just go ahead and just buy some stuff off of there. RedDevilThreads.com. Big thank you to them. Also, shout out to Beloria Badukin LLP, a law firm based out of Encino, California. Okay, specializing in personal injury. So if something happens to you at work, you slip, fall, hit them up. Happen to you if you fall in the grocery store or on you at a baseball game or whatever, you hit them up. They'll sort you out, man. That's Ike, Vahe, Ashat, Ani, Shusat, David, all of them there. 100 paralegals, and even more attorneys that I didn't name. That they beat the feds. They'll get you a fair rate. They'll get you the money you deserve. Okay. Shouts to Red Devil Threads for making us official, our first sponsor. You can find them at 747-444-4444. That's 747-444-4444. Okay. Now we handled that business. Let's go. Shout to our sponsors, man. Shout to our sponsors. Big shout to our sponsors as always. All right. Um, Actually, the clap is actually kind of off because I wanted to just go ahead and start the episode with a little moment of silence for Jogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. I know I wasn't here for the show from when that happened, but I remember waking up early that morning and seeing how that went. And it's crazy because I remember saying on this show about 2 years ago, back when we used to have Glenn on and stuff, I was like, I thought he was a world class player. Um, Now he didn't quite reach that, but I felt like he was on his way. I think injury really took him down. But I think I just want to give a big shout out to the football community for being as like, you know, I've seen just pouring in of just niceties, people being gracious and kind. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes in this time, man. That's what it takes in this time. Um, three kids lost their dad. You know what I'm saying? Parents lost their sons, and wife lost her husband. Just all kinds of. This is stuff that happens every day. And it took me down a peg seeing that video, seeing him with his kids, and he had just got married, and that took me down a little peg, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a married man. I'm a father, and that took me down. I'm not gonna lie to you. That wasn't easy to look at. So just want to do a little 15 seconds of silence, moment of silence for Jogo Jota and Andre Silva. Yesterday was the funeral. Whole Portugal was there, Liverpool, a lot of guys were there, and um, I wouldn't get a chance to say my piece and give my respect. So it was a quick 15 seconds. All right. Now on to the news, on to what y'all here for. Gyokeres has signed to Arsenal. I don't know if the Here We Go is out now, but the word is looking like 56 M's plus add-ons. I could be wrong there. Go ahead in the chat and let me know. But it's looking like 56 M's plus add-ons, which is, listen, that's good business. Everybody's doing business around us. Teams are strengthening, and yet we're still hung up on here on Mbeumo mode. Like, we still haven't gotten that across the line yet. Like, now I'm starting to worry. I know maybe a week or so ago, I was like, you know what? We're kind of ahead and we're making, and we did the Cunha deal early, and that like got me excited. And then like the talks for Gyokeres started happening, and People, it's funny with Gyokeres is funny because like, and I gotta blame his agent a bit for this. Gyokeres was presented to us a bunch of times like, yo, man, United's are in talks and it was looking close, it's looking good, and it's like, oh, well, he didn't care about Champions League. He won, he's in with the manager. He didn't care about Champions League, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can rock out with that. But like, ended up being the opposite. Ended up being he actually 100% wanted to play in the Champions League. He was 100% flirting with Arsenal. Arsenal's doing this weird thing with him and Benjamin Sesko that they don't know who they want. Now, does Man United's eyes turn to Sesko now? Because, and if I'm Sesko, I'm like, I'm not going in for anybody else. I'm not going towards anybody else because why would I? You brush your teeth yet? You went to church. You make up your bed. LOL. Happy Sunday. Fire. Bun. Gyokeres. Ruben will fix the season. It's 11 o'clock. If you ain't brushed your teeth and all that yet, damn sure not going to church. But yeah, shout out to Ronaldo. Yeah, Gyokeres played this game. He played this game with us for a while. And like, I think the media, once again, we got a hold of it. And it was like, oh, well, there's a chance he'll come here. And then like, we kind of backed it. And then, I don't know. But for 56 M's, that's way far short of what the evaluation that the sporting director was talking about. So what the hell happened there? I don't know if that's been nailed on yet, the 56 M's, but the here we go should be any minute. It should be any minute. And that just brings me to Man United, bro. That just brings me right back to Man United. What are we doing? What are we doing in the transfer window? Because everybody's strengthening. Everybody's getting multiple players right now at this point. I just saw Tottenham is going to do a deal for Kudus. Y'all know how I feel about Mohamed Kudus, bro. Y'all know how I feel about him. I think he's one of the best wingers in Europe for 100%. 100% think he's one of the best wingers in Europe. Why the fuck have we not doing deals? Now, I understand we're waiting for movements and money and whatever the case may be. But the Mbeumo thing is taking very long. Okay, you said you wanted to wait till January 1st. January 1st is over now. What are we doing? I'm starting to become impatient. And like, then you're hearing links like, oh, well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's out there. And people are really starting to consider Dominic in big 2025, bro. In big 2025, people are considering Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing? Where's the movements? And like, we can get Ollie Watkins right now for 45, 50 million, light 50 million. I think we got that in the kitty now to spend. I think we have that. Outside of sales. Because there's no way you're telling me we do these two deals and then we have nothing else. I'm mad we haggling. Let me put the close up. Yeah, brush your teeth yet? I'm mad we haggling 5 mil, but after Mbeumo, we were always going to sell to buy. It's tough as fuck to sell our Deadwood. They're just hanging around like Deadwood. Gone from here with Calvert, send them to the catwalk. Listen, those are real talks. And look, I think we have a little bit of money left. A little bit of money for a 29-year-old striker. Because bro, we're not getting Victor Osimhen. That's been gone for a while. That's not happening. Victor Osimhen's not happening. And that's fair. I understand he wants too much money. I understand that. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, bro, come on, bro. Come on, man. Don't piss me off with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, no legs on the Mbeumo move. I've heard nothing. Nothing close about it from anybody reputable. Some of my sources close to the deal. I've heard nobody. I've heard nothing. I don't get what Man United is doing now. So back actually what Ronaldo just said, big up Ronaldo. It's us doing a selling of the Deadwood now. So apparently, Man United just a couple days ago were saying we did a show. There was a show out, and the question was who's going to report into Carrington, who's going to come into training because training's tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. Who's coming in for training? Well, Man United said, "Bun all that. These men can't come into training. They're dead. We don't care about nothing you talking about." So I said, "Raw, These guys have come in and said that, like, man, good for Man United to stomp on that. Really good for Man United to go ahead and stomp on that and say who's not going to be in or whatever the case. Ayeri Kangumba. Hi, Big Mikey. How are you? Newcastle United should sign Anthony Elanga for £55 million plus for Anthony Elanga deal for Newcastle. Newcastle, I mean, I think that's a good bit of business from Newcastle. They could use him. They could definitely use him. They also have a nice traveling squad. They like to rotate. So I think Anthony Elanga going there for that amount of money is actually a good deal. He's promising. He was promising at United, and I didn't want him to go at the time. And he torched us at Forest. He showed us how promising he was at Forest. He scored against us, scored a mad breakaway. And people were just like, oh, well, he's just fast. And I'm like, bro, the guy's pretty good. We just he didn't get a run out at United. And bro, we almost didn't give Ahmad a run out. Like, think about that. Ten Hag almost didn't want to give Ahmad the shout. He just kept going with his boy Anthony. So big up. I hope that deal gets done. If it's not done already, I hope that deal gets done. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. Big up yourself, Adieri. Where you writing in from? Everybody that's gonna join in or whatever, even in the future, because a lot of people watch this after the fact it gets published. Go ahead and add in, say where you're writing from, where you're watching from. Well, we love to know. We love to see where the stateside are writing from. Garnacho sales should put us in place to get Watkins at least. Yo, Watkins first choice now because we're never going to get Oshman. Watkins is first choice. I will take Oshman. I just need somebody who's going to put it at the back of the net now. That's where I'm at with it now. Like, I just need that to happen. Like, what are we doing? The Mbeumo deal is taking so long. It has me on edge. But the season is right around the corner. These moves have to be made now. We cannot keep. And if Dominic Calvert-Lewin is what I'm hearing on July 6th, that is insane. No. I think Ollie Watkins is a realer pick right now at 45 or 50 million. You go and get an Ollie Watkins. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, he's 29. Yes, he is 29, and that's a problem for me too. But would you rather have 29-year-old striker that could possibly give us 2, maybe 3 years, that's pretty athletic, that can go get us a goal every now and then, way more than, or have Rasmus again? I'd rather have both of them. I'd rather him learn behind a experienced striker in the Prem that can score a fuck ton of goals. Yes, I'd rather have Rasmus learn from a guy that's Premier League proven. I don't say he's the best option, but he's Premier League proven at least. So they're saying Rasmus to Inter is still on. So we'll wait for that. But then that just asks more questions because now we'll really be down a striker then. Like, who? I don't know. Maybe I'm panicking. Maybe I'm just panicking. But we have progressed. We have progressed in this market now. And things have moved on a lot slower than from the Cunha deal to now. What are we, a month out from that deal? We're a month away from that deal, dog. We're a month away from that happening, from him signing to now, or us first hearing that he's gonna sign to now to Mbeumo. Come on, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Where's Mbeumo, mate? Where's Mbeumo? All right. So yeah, back again. The players asked to leave. That's where I was before I read the Adieri comment. The players are asking to leave. Well, Malacia has broken his silence, and he's saying, I did no such thing. I think 100% this is an Amarin move. Because I don't see any sports agent outside of Rashford and them saying, closing the door for United on themselves. Even though they did close the door with the statements being made. But I don't see a manager doing that unless the player's just completely done with the club, right? Garnacho closed the door on himself. Sancho's closed the door on himself. But I don't know how much more for Anthony and Malacia the case may be, right? And we knew. The thing is, like, us as Man United fans, we're like, get rid of the Deadwood. Get rid of Deadwood. Everybody has to go. Get rid of the Deadwood. Da-da-da-da-da. We just kept saying that. But it's like, do you know how hard it is to move on a bunch of guys who are on these kind of contracts? And then, moreover, guys that haven't performed. Whereas you have Malacia, he hasn't performed on at PSV or at Man United. So who wants him for any real amount of money? We have to recoup something. Who's going to want him for any real amount? Anthony. Anthony hasn't performed at Man United. And do not think because you saw him banging a couple goals at Real Betis that just absolved him of 2 years of inactivity at Man United. People see that. They know that. And for their play style, they're going to want a more dynamic winger than the guy that only has 1 foot and loves to cut in and doesn't really care to cross. They're going to see that. They're going to know that. It's going to be a whole thing they're going to look at. So, like, yeah, he might have earned some good graces, but the team he was playing for could never buy him. They could never buy him. So that was a bit of, even though the way they structured the deal, they had it so that they were paying most of his wages. Great. Love that. But at the same time, they could never buy him. They were hoping to win something in order to get the money to buy him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what do you know? Everybody's still here. What do you know? We still have Deadwood. What do you know? So now not only are we losing players, because we've lost 3 players already to just getting out the club, we can't get rid of the 5 we have. I just keep hearing every day, oh, this person to Inter Milan, that person to da-da-da. Rashford's opening himself up to Barcelona. Barcelona don't have money, fam, to be paying your wages, and then you're not proven for them. You're not. Keep it real. Keep it 1,000%. Is Marcus Rashford a Barcelona player? Is he a Barcelona level player? Like, keep it a bean now. Let me know. Because I don't see it. Not at this age. I think he'll be better off in Germany. I think he'll be better off with like a Dortmund. He'll be better off like with a Dortmund, with Borussia Mönchengladbach, shit like that. I just don't see Rashford. I just don't say it. Remember I told you I will take my left eyebrow off. I will take it off if we are able to sell all these guys. I would. A little bit moving on. Not too long of a show today. Greenwood, 30 million windfall that Man United are in for if the Saudi deal that from Al Hilal for 60 million goes through. So Al Hilal is interested in Greenwood. This is not tier 1 journals aren't talking about this, but there seemed to be a little bit of interest between the Saudi clubs. Now, I think this is a good deal for Greenwood. I think in our thread, in our stateside Reds 1878 casual thread, I was just shocked to see how many idiots, and I'm saying these people are idiots for saying they want Greenwood back in the team. Let me just say this. If that was your daughter, you wouldn't want him there. If that was your daughter and your daughter came to you with a bloody nose and then a recording that was as grotesque as that was, you wouldn't want him there you would want to kill him. You wouldn't care about football at that point. You would want him dead. Okay, so it's easy. A lot of people don't live with the ideas like do unto others. They like to protect or profess that they do, but this guy should not play for Man United ever again. The fact that he's still playing football after something like this is terrible, but I get it. He did not get convicted of any crime. So be it. But the recording's there. You can go and listen to it in real time if you want. It sounds like something crazy is going on. And yet we still have to talk about Mason Greenwood because we have a deal for him. And that could get us $30 million. That $30 million right there can go into the Ollie Watkins fund. If that story has any real legs. Al Hilal is always in for somebody, apparently. They're always in for somebody. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did pay some money. This is a good deal for Greenwood in the idea that, like, he will be able to go there, still be young, go over there, score a bag of goals. Probably he's not going to start for England or nothing like that. He's probably going to do the Jamaica thing. But you go there, you score a bag of goals, you get a bag of money, tax haven, all that good stuff. And then you put yourself out there to other clubs after now there's been some real distance between you and the rape thing, right? There's been some real distance. Now it's not just 2 years. It's like 4 years now, 3 years. You're still young enough in your prime to go and get a contract elsewhere for the other teams that want you, even though that thing is not going to go away. There's been a little distance between it now, and that'll soften up some people's hearts as far as getting a transfer done for you. That's where I'm at with it. I don't want him at Man United, but if we're gonna get the millions, I want that. I want the millions. I want it, and that's gonna help our kitty easily. So, with that being said, supposedly 30 million in for us with the sell on. Greenwood, let's make that happen. Let's try to push for that. Let's see. Hi, Mikey. How are you? Gerlino, Scalvini, Leandro Bardarelli, and Anthony Elanga, 50 million pounds deal plus 5 for Anthony Elanga deal now for Newcastle. Ray, I'm sorry, I don't know what that says. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what are you telling me about these players here? And we already talked about the Elanga thing. Let's try to keep it together. But thank you for the comment. Yeah, pretty much went through everything actually. I just wanted to say really that last night, I think it was last night, the Jamal Musiala injury, brother. Oh my days. I haven't seen an injury like that in a long time. And Donnarumma is absolutely insane. Now I know he felt sorry for it, but for you to put your chest down on somebody's leg like that, I know you're going after the ball. I don't know. I just don't know how that you make that decision in that time. I just don't. I've watched it back a few times. I just don't understand what he was trying to do at that moment. But that just goes back to my point about this competition. Why are these guys playing in this competition? Why? Why? Look at what this kid has broken his MCL. I think it's an MCL. He's broken his tibia and he's dislocated his ankle. Let me look at it again. Tibia gone. Yeah, fractured tibia, dislocated ankle. He's not going to be back for months, a year at least. He's not going to be. He might have to learn to walk again. Those kind of breaks are breaks that make you lose that limb. Like when you break or fracture the fibula, it's a good chance that you can lose it. Now, I don't think that's going to happen here, and that's being a little crazy there. But yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane. That kind of dive in was nuts. I didn't think he needed to do that. Palms out, fists out, get to the ball, yes, but you fell down on his leg. Hi, Mikey. How are you? Newcastle United should sign Anthony Elanga for 55 million pounds plus. Okay, you keep you said this when we talked about it, sir. So thank you for the comment, but let's move on a little bit. Yeah, that I thought, but so yeah, prayers up for that kid, man. He's 22 years old. He has time to come back. He has time to sort that out. I hope he's able to do so, but it just goes back to show. I don't know why they're playing this tournament. This tournament, outside of the money part, which is the reason why anybody does anything these days, right? Outside of the money part, I just don't see the point in playing in this. It doesn't make any sense. It's just harmful to the players. It's harmful to. I mean, the season is about to start back in about a month's time, like a month and some change time, right? Like a lot of these guys are going to start going on preseason tour in a little bit. Yeah, they might get a little bit of rest because this is kind of their tour, but they're going to make some tours. A lot of these guys are going to have tours still after this. What is the point in this? Nobody's at the games, and some of the games have been packed out now, I will say, but a lot of them nobody's at. I saw the Atlanta one, the one for this game. Nobody was at that shit. What are we doing? If you look at that pitch is made for football, American style. That is not made. Even Atlanta United shouldn't be playing on that. What are we doing? I'm glad that Man United is not in this. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad we're not in this because we need rest and we need to preserve our players. Tomorrow, Monday, training starts, guys. Training is starting. So these are a lot of guys going to walk through the door Monday. A lot of guys that you don't like are going to be there. I want to present to you guys the question. Who do you want to see on tour? Who do you want to see on tour? And what's your expectations of the tour? Are you saying well, you know, I really don't care. It's preseason, it's whatever. Or I want to see the implemented play style because that's for me. Me personally, I want to see our play style finally implemented and being done at the preseason. I mean, the back three, you know what I'm saying? Us playing that style. Was it the 3-5-2 kind of thing? Sometimes it's a 5, sometimes it's a 3. I want to see that. I want to see us doing that the entire time. That's it. That's all I want to see. And I want to see it working. But it's like also, how can I have these expectations when we haven't really gotten the guys that we need? We haven't gotten the guys that we need at this club yet. And it's sad. It's sad. Big Man United, we're still waiting on one guy. Why are we doing one deal at a time? I know we're waiting for Deadwood, but we should be locking in some other stuff. I should be hearing more stuff than just Calvert-Lewin. That is concerning that Calvert-Lewin was even brought up. Mateta. I'll go with Mateta after Ollie Watkins. I'll take Mateta after Ollie Watkins. I don't think that makes us exponentially better. I'm just saying. You got to get somebody, right? You have to get somebody. I apologize for my camera again, guys. I don't know what's up with StreamYard. StreamYard's literally like screwing me. My camera's right here. Camera's right here ready to go, and they just won't connect. So, I don't know. Maybe you'll do it later. But, yeah. Gyokeres to Arsenal, man. Gyokeres to Arsenal. Waiting for the here we go. If it hasn't happened already, let me know when the big man reports it. That's the news. So instead of him coming to us and us hype and making comps and doing all of this, and like I told people, and you know what's crazy about football? Football makes people dream about stuff that doesn't happen. The guy wanted Champions League football. He wanted Champions League football, and he wanted the money that Sporting wanted the money that they were asking for him because they have to rebuild after him. Okay? There was no way he was coming to United. I don't care if his coach was here. And I was trying to draw that into people's heads. Nobody cares that the fucking coach was there, guys. Nobody cares. It's about what he wants. He wants to play in this tournament. He's older. He wants to play in this tournament now with a team that can win it now. You think these guys aren't thinking this? Why does he want to come to play for Man United when we can't, one, offer the money that he would want? We can't because we didn't. We can't offer the money. 2, we can't give you Champions League football, and it's a project to get it. Like, you just watched us finish 15th, and we finished 15th and got beat by Tottenham on the last day of the season in the Europa League final. And he's going to say, yeah, I still want to come to United, though, because my coach is there. That's not enough. That was never enough. That was never enough. I don't know, maybe I got fooled by it a little bit. I was fooled by it. The hype got me because it went from, no, he won't come here, it's not going to happen, to, yo, Gyokeres is flirting with us a little bit. He might be interested, to now it's Arsenal saying, we want him, but we might get Šeško. I don't know. And him playing around with Arsenal. Now it's he's signing to Arsenal for less than the asking amount that Sporting wanted. What is this? What is this pity pat bullshit that's going on here? I'm not mad at it. I mean, it makes sense you don't come to United. It makes sense. I get it. But all it is for this long for the guy not to come here kind of reminds me of Jadon Sancho when we first started going in for him. We chased that dude. He never wanted to be here. We chased him. Because if you want to be here, the player will make it so. The player will make it so. The player will put in his input to make it so to be there. So don't give me that. Gyokeres didn't want to be here. And it makes sense. I'm not fucking crazy about it. But I had to convince many people. But I also got caught up in it myself. So that's the news of the day, man. We're going to stay tuned and lock in and see what's going on with all the other players and all the other fucking moves and shit like that. And yeah, I just wanted to do something quick talking about a few things. Also wanted to give that little thing for Diogo Jota in the beginning, because that really took me down. Hopefully we can do the Ollie Watkins deal. Let me know in the chat, bro. Are you guys happy again? If we get Ollie Watkins and a midfielder, will you be happy? You think we're ready to start the season? I think if we could get Ollie Watkins in, that makes us a better team. Yeah. And I want to see what Diogo Leon. Yeah, that's another thing for preseason. I want to see what Diego Leon plays. I want to see how he plays. Because everybody's like, oh, well, he's touted to be, he's touted. Revel Morrison was touted to do things. Let's wait till we see what's happening on the pitch. Stop with the he's touted stuff. We don't know. That red shirt gets heavy when motherfuckers put it on, gang. It gets heavy. We've seen it. We've seen people come here and get the Space Jam ball put on them where they lose their powers and they look like Sean Bradley touching the ball and they lose their fucking powers and they can't perform. We've seen it. So to put this expectation on a 17, 18-year-old kid is where you wrong in the first place. Ollie and Douglas Luiz makes us better. Yes, it talks about Douglas Luiz. I'm down with that. If we can make that trade for Sancho, Douglas Luiz come that way. I like Douglas Luiz. I was in for him from before he went over there. I thought we should have got him before that. 100%. I even think Douglas Luiz is better than Ugarte. Douglas Luiz is better than Ugarte. 100%. 100%. We could put him right there, and that'll be that. We could put him right into the flow of things that'll be that. Think about Douglas Luiz and Casemiro. Now I'm getting crazy. Casemiro's, you don't know what Casemiro you're going to get on the day, honestly. And Mbeumo, Ollie, Douglas Luiz equals improvements. Yeah, I think 100% we improve, and hopefully Diego Leon could break into the first team. We can get in a little bit of Obi, Cheeto Obi. Cheeto Obi come in time after time, help out, play behind Ollie, learn behind Ollie. Rasmus learn behind Ollie. Everybody get a chance to play. We got a little depth now at the position. We got a little depth now at midfield. We bring in a Douglas Luiz. I think we're good at center back. Center back is sold up. Heaven, Martinez, Delict, Euro. Sold up. Martinez on the way back. I think that's sold up. I think we do need a couple backups at the position, but I think the starting is sold up. You know who's going to play week in and week out. I would have kept Victor Lindelof a little bit longer just because for the reinforcement. Just for the reinforcement. Not because I think he's a great player, just, for the depth. Because if you look at all these other teams, they have depth coming off the bench. They could go into the bench and get a player that's at least going to do the job. And that's what I mean by depth. I don't mean, like for like, this man could do this. No. I mean, a guy could come in and do a job for you and steady the ship. Because sometimes that's all you need. You need a body in there, especially at the more defensive positions. You just don't need a bonehead out there. And I feel like Victor Lindelof could be soft at times, but he also can be a decent defender on his day. So we should have kept him for a little bit. Oh, yeah, Harry Maguire. So Harry Maguire will be the last one. Harry Maguire was the last year of his deal. And honestly, I think Harry Maguire, this might have been his best season. I think this might have been his best season in a Man United shirt, honestly. Put it in the chat. Let me know. What do you think about Harry Maguire's season this year? I think Harry Maguire had a decent season. I mean, I know we finished 15th. That ain't saying much, but I think individually, Harry Maguire had a decent season that he earned that one more year. And it might be it might be a couple more years after that. Hell, it might be a couple more years if he could prove himself again. But I know he's the one guy that wants to start. And I just don't think he could start full time. And not that he can't, but he shouldn't be starting in front of any of these guys that we have now, like a Euro or Delict, and those are positions are sold up. Those are sold up. But nice to have him for the depth. Look at Chelsea, bro. Chelsea's doing things. Arsenal's doing things. They might do a deal for Madueke. They're doing a deal for Madueke. What the fuck are we doing? And then talk about Wanyeri might be on the blocks to go someplace else. Man United, if Arsenal get rid of Ethan Wanyeri, you go and get that kid and stop playing around. He might not want to come to Man United. I think he's Arsenal through and through. But they're making deals for players. Chelsea's buying everybody left and right. I know we don't have money, guys. I know that. I'm not blind to that idea. But God damn it, start taking some deals for these guys. Just start accepting shit. Sancho, 20 mil, you can have him. Rashford, We know you want to go to Barcelona. The minute Barcelona open up, you're out of here. Malasia, yo, your pants, bro. $5 million, and you're out of here. We need every dollar that we can get. And it's just taking so long. This Mbeumo deal is taking so long. We're on bid number 3, and it's just taking so fucking long. It's disheartening, gang. It's really disheartening. Not gonna lie to you, dog. Not feeling it. And I'm probably being hyperbolic in the moment. Ronaldo will let me know later. He'll tell me later, hey, bro, you're tripping. It's only July 6th. What are you crying for? I ain't crying, man. I just want this team to improve, bro. I'm happy for next season, gang. I'm so happy for next season, but at the same time, I'm like super fucking nervous that like we're gonna have a shitty fucking season like we did this season. I'm so fucking nervous that, bro, if you just look at the first 11 games, I did video on that. Look at the first 11 games of the season, bro. We might get packed out in all those games, bro. We might get packed out. Then what you gonna do? What are y'all gonna say then? If we get packed out in some of these preseason games, I think Man United fan base gonna turn. I think that y'all gonna turn. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. Nah, we need Mbeumo in the building this week. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this right now for the man them out there. I'm gonna say this right now. If Mbeumo's not in the fucking building and not ready to like we ain't heard him finish his medical and he's ready to practice with the team, walk away. Man United, walk away. Walk away. That's all I'm saying, bro. Walk away. I know we have to sell these guys, but we need to start taking some bit money for them and just charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Look, we made these deals. These were bad deals, but guess what? We get all these the beautiful part about it is we get all these wages off the books. So charge it. We get these wages off the books, we might be straight, gang. I'm just saying. That's what I'm looking at. Like, all right, cool. We not 500 million in fucking wages now, deep. Just saying. But yeah, it should be your boy Mikey, man. It's been good. I might do some more Sunday morning stuff. Let's talk on a Sunday, man. Shouts to everybody in the building right now. I got some big stuff for everybody in Atlanta or who's gonna be in Atlanta for the match, bro. Brother, I'm telling you, I got some stuff. I've been working with some people. We got a big announcement next week regarding Brewhouse. Big announcement next week regarding Brewhouse. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be huge. Shouts to my people out there, Brewhouse, my Brewhouse, La Familia. They've always been good with me, man. If you don't know, well, you probably don't know. There's 2 pubs in Atlanta. One's the official Man United one. The other one isn't. And people are weird about that kind of thing, but I go to both of them. I got love for both of them and the people at both of them. I'll go for those guys first, but I go to the brew house one too because it's about United at the end of the day. It's not about what fucking pub you go to, because what do pubs do? They serve drinks and they got TVs and food and shit. What the fuck? We're watching United. It's about United at the end of the day. All right, that's why we go to Munich. That's why we go to the matches. That's why we do what we do. But big announcement. Yeah, gonna be doing some giveaways. That's next month, bro. That's right around the corner. So tap in with us. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. I got a documentary I've been working on. That's gonna be working on every day. So I'm thinking at the end of this week that shit will be done and we'll be rolling. Thank you to everybody for watching. This means a lot. And yeah, I think I'll do some more Sunday morning talks with y'all if y'all like that. Sunday or Saturday, yeah. Especially during the season, like, I can stay home, maybe do some watch-alongs. Tell me how you feel about playing me in FIFA. If you think you got what it takes to beat me in FIFA, you might can win a shirt. You might can win some stuff. I got stickers here. I got all kinds of stuff. I'm taking on a FIFA challenge. Any bandam that I'm talking about, not Ultimate Team, because Bun Ultimate Team, but next week I'm starting the FIFA challenge. You could play me in FIFA. We'll just run it and stream and have a good time. But yeah, it's been Those not those casuals, the stateside Reds. I gotta name this segment something. Shouts to everybody in the chat. Shouts to everybody. I'll holler at y'all. We got a show Monday. We might have one tonight. We got one Monday, and we definitely got one Tuesday. Until next time, y'all. Up the fucking Reds. Keep the faith, and sign a damn striker, Man United. For Christ's sake, sign a fucking striker. Shit, pissing me off.